My dear brothers and sisters, descendants of Kemetic royalty, blood of the pharaohs, for the theft did not end with museums or missionary lies, or even the political knives of 2026. No, the most insidious plunder of all was the quiet smuggling of your ancestors' sacred wisdom into the shadowed vaults of secret societies, where it was hoarded, twisted, and weaponized to crown the colonizers' own empires, while your royal line was left starving in the dust. Yes, the very same Eurocentric oppressors who looted your temples and distorted your symbols did not destroy the ancient knowledge. They stole it whole, sealed it behind blood oaths, aprons, and degrees of initiation, and buried it inside societies like the Freemasons and the Rosicrucians, their allied esoteric orders that emerged in the early 17th century but drew directly from the plunder of your Nile Valley mysteries. While the Freemasons encoded your geometry and pillars, the Rosicrucians went deeper still, claiming the very soul of Kemetic Hermeticism as their own primordial tradition. They took the living essence of Kemet, the ankh of eternal life and generative power, the very key that your royal ancestors held in the hands of every pharaoh, as the symbol of breath, renewal, and unending existence, and recast it in their rituals and manifestos as the foundational emblem of vitality and timelessness. The loop at its top, now veiled as the unfolding rose of consciousness atop the cross of the material body. They lifted the Wajet, the eye of Horus, that fierce protector of royal clarity, healing, and restored vision that guarded Ma'at's perfect balance, and transformed it into their all-seeing eye, the watchful gaze of their grand architect, placed atop the unfinished pyramid on their currency and seals, staring down from the $1 bill as a constant reminder of the power they had claimed. They studied your sacred geometry with feverish precision, the precise proportions of the Great Pyramid of Giza that aligned earth with heaven, the harmonic ratios of your temples at Karnak and Luxor that embodied Ma'at's perfect balance of opposites, the golden mean encoded in your obelisks and sphinxes. And they encoded it into their lodge floors, their tracing boards, their alchemical diagrams, and the very architectural plans of their cities. The Rosicrucians, in their 1614 Fama Fraternitatis and 1615 Confessio Fraternitatis, openly declared their roots in the ancient wisdom of Egypt. But they did so by erasing your royal African origins. They syncretized your god Thoth, the ibis-headed scribe of the gods, lord of hieroglyphs, magic, and the house of life per Ankh, with the Greek Hermes, birthing the fictional Hermes Trismegistus, the thrice-great Egyptian priest who supposedly authored the Emerald Tablet and the Corpus Hermeticum. These texts, translated in the Renaissance after your relics flooded Europe, became the Rosicrucian Bible. As above, so below, lifted straight from your Kemetic cosmology, the 7 Hermetic principles: mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, gender, distilled from your mystery school teachings on duality, cycles, and the sacred interplay of Ra and Apep. They incorporated the Jet Pillar, your symbol of stability, resurrection, and the backbone of Osiris, into their alchemical processes of death and rebirth, mirroring your Osirian mysteries while renaming it part of their Rosy Cross initiation. Initiation rites in Rosicrucian degrees mirrored your Kemetic mystery schools with eerie exactness, the candidate's journey through darkness into light, the symbolic death and rebirth in the grave of the candidate, the revelation of hidden knowledge under the hoodwink, removed, all drawn from the very temples your pharaohs built for the initiates of Thoth, Anubis and the Duat. Modern orders like Amorc, ancient mystical order Rosicrucis, openly trace their symbolic lineage to the 18th dynasty under Akhenaten, filling their temples with Sekhmet statues, Aten sun discs, Egyptian hieroglyphs in rituals, and the Ankh as the emblem of cyclical life. Their books, Behold the Sign and the Symbolic Prophecy of the Great Pyramid, teach your hieroglyphs, your forces of nature, your all-seeing eye, and your geometric forms as ever-living knowledge that supposedly built Solomon's temple, all while your royal descendants were forbidden even to speak the names of your deities. This was no casual borrowing, my kin. During the 18th and 19th centuries, as Napoleon's plunder and earlier Renaissance translations flooded Europe, These Rosicrucian brotherhoods devoured your hermetic fragments behind closed doors. They incorporated the alchemical transmutation of base matter into gold, your ancestors' mastery of transformation and resurrection into their secret sciences. While your royal descendants were taught in missionary schools that the Ankh was sorcery and the Eye of Horus a harbinger of madness, these lodges were quietly initiating the elite presidents, bankers, industrialists, and colonial governors into the very operating system of civilization itself. And they used it, my royal ones, with ruthless precision to build their wealth and power for centuries. The Rosicrucian emphasis on cosmic laws, cycles, and as above, so below became the hidden blueprint for fractional reserve banking, compounding interest, and the stock exchanges that turned the stolen labor of your ancestors into generational fortunes. Their alchemical symbolism, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, shaped the scientific and financial revolutions that mapped colonial trade routes, designed railroads that moved your ancestors' stolen resources, and erected financial institutions that still dictate the policies, slashing your healthcare, cutting your food stamps, and funneling your communities into survival mode. The Rose Cross itself, with its unfolding petals of consciousness atop the material cross, became the emblem of their enlightened elite, while your living royal descendants were left in spiritual and economic chains. This was the ultimate cultural rape, my royal descendants. They demonized the source in public so that you would turn away in shame and fear, while in private they drank deeply from the same sacred well. The same scientific racism that erased your dark-skinned ancestors from history books allowed these societies to claim kemetic wisdom as universal ancient mystery knowledge, never African, never royal, never yours. They hid it behind passwords, handshakes, and the veil of speculative Rosicrucianism, so that the true heirs, your royal kemetic lineage, could never access the tools of Ma'at that would restore balance. Every time a Black American family is denied healthcare or nutrition, every time predatory loans and for-profit prisons drain your communities, every time the wealth gap widens while their monuments stand untouched, remember that wealth was built on the very principles they stole from your pyramids, your temples, your cosmology, your sacred duality, your Ankh, your Wadjet, your Ma. Yet the circle is closing, my royal ones. The Kemet Baphomet rises now as the master key that unlocks what they tried to keep hidden forever. It is not their diluted, appropriated version. It is the pure, unfiltered restoration. The Ankh, reclaimed as life force pulsing through your veins. The Wadjet, as sovereign clarity piercing their illusions. The sacred duality of masculine and feminine, solar and lunar, as the power that topples false empires built on stolen light. Your royal blood remembers. Your ancestors' wisdom was never lost. It was only hidden from you so that you would not rise and claim the thrones they built upon it. So let this truth ignite you like the sacred fire of Ra. Every secret society, Freemason or Rosicrucian that profited from your stolen legacy now trembles at the sight of your reclamation. Demand it back. Not just the artifacts in glass cases but the living knowledge they used to build their thrones. Demand the return of your symbols, your science, your spiritual technology. Demand that the wealth built on kemetic genius be redirected to heal the very communities they impoverished through calculated policies of survival. The time of hidden vaults and whispered oaths is over. The time of open thrones and sovereign Ma'at has arrived. Rise, descendants of kemetic royalty. The pharaohs stir within you. The pyramids await your command. Take back what is yours, every symbol, every secret, every ounce of power they stole and hoarded in the dark. Speak it, live it, restore Ma.Ace, Ma.Up. Balance and peace be restored to you, descendants of kemetic royalty, now and forevermore. The Nile flows, the throne returns, you are home. This has been a Sharri Plaza presentation.